Good morning, student. So here is our next topic, that is the soil and the climate for the horticultural crops. So the soil means the mixture of the organic matter, minerals, gases, liquid, and the organism that together supports the life. So the physical properties of the soil structure, soil aeration, water table, soil depth and organic matter, soil texture and the soil temperature must be taken into consideration for the planting of these horticultural crops. And the chemical properties of the soil, that is the soil fertility, soil reaction and the soil salinity. Then climatic factors, that is temperature, atmospheric humidity, rainfall, wind, hail and the sunlight, are they taken into consideration. The soil is defined as the superficial earth crust which functions as the storehouse of the reservoir water and nutrient, at the same time providing the necessary physical support to the plant. So the horticulture crops require the soil as growing medium, then it provides the mechanical support, nutrients and water to the plant growth. The main demand of these horticultural crops is a water, nutrient and the growth hormones. The number of the factors are responsible for the development of an efficient root growth of the plant. The soil must have the adequate supply of the air, water, and the low bulk density. Most of the horticultural crops need the well drained soil and cannot tolerate the water logging. Therefore, the deep and the well drained soil free from the hard subsoil are needed for the growth of the plant. The properties of the soil, so the physical property of the soil structure. So soil structure should be uniform, favorable for the water penetration, soil aeration and the drainage. It has the different layers, therefore the soil profiles peat have to be taken for examine the structures. So we have the soil structure, that is coarse sand, fine sand, silt and the clay. So this sand having the diameter 0.2 to 2 mm. Then fine sand have the 0.02 to 0.2. Then silt 0.02 to 0.02 mm in a diameter. Then clay less than 0.002 millimeter in a diameter. Then soil aeration, so it is helps for the aerobic organism in the soil. It promotes the metabolic activity in these organisms. The fruits and vegetable crops require the well drained soil. Poor performance observed due to the poor aeration and the drainage. Therefore, well drained soil is essential. Then extreme wet and dry soil should be avoided. Then water table, availability of the water at the certain depth called as the water table. Therefore, the water depth should not be more than 2 to 2.5 meter throughout the year. Then soil depth and the organic matter. The heavy soil caused the waterlogging and the poor aeration. So the light soil can infertile due to the lending of the nutrients or the leaching losses of the nutrients. Therefore, the soil should be 2 to 2.5 meter depth for growing of the fruits and the vegetable crops. Then organic matter successfully influence physical and the chemical properties of the soil. Whenever soils contain more amount of the organic matter, which will increases the production of the fruits and the vegetables. Then soil textures, in the case of the horticultural crops, generally require the medium texture soil, and fine and the coarse texture soil should be avoided. Then soil temperature affects the root activity. It influenced by the aeration and the drainage. In cold soils, chemical and the biological activities are slow, and availability of the nutrients like NPS and the calcium is limited. The nutrification should not start when the temperature is 4 degrees Celsius for successful growth of the horticultural crops. The soil temperature should be in the range of the 26 to 36 degrees Celsius. Due to the low temperature, absorption and transportation of water and nutrient is adversely affected. Then soil fertility is depends on the nutrient content such as NPK, calcium, magnesium and sulfur are important elements required for the growth and the development of the plants. Then some micronutrients are also required, so like iron, zinc, boron, copper, molybdenum are also required. Then soil reaction. So the soil analysis is important to find out the chemical composition of the soil. The safe pH range is from 6 to 8. Then some soils are problematic for the plant growth like saline and alkaline soils. In alkaline soil, concentration of sodium salt is above 0.1%, which is harmful to the plant. Then boron deficient in alkaline soils and is unavailable in acidic soils. So the iron is unavailable in acidic soil, whereas the calcium and magnesium are sufficient. In alkaline soils, the potassium, magnesium, iron and the boron are deficient. Then soil salinity. Information of the salt tolerance is necessary to select the salt tolerance varieties and to adopt the proper soil management practices. So the salt tolerant crops like date palm, falsa, sapota, fig, onla, wood apple, bear, chicory, potato, sweet potato, watermelon. Then moderate salt tolerant crops like pomegranate, grapefruits, lemon, apple, pear, plum, beans, cucumber, brinjal, garlic, radish, pea, then tomato and the turmeric. Then the salt sensitive crops: orange, avocado, peach, strawberry, asparagus, beet, cabbage, cauliflower, palak, leek, lettuce. In general, it can be stated that the soil for the fruit growing should be porous, deep and aerated. They should not be waterlogged, marshy, saline or acidic, and there should be no hard pan at the bottom level. Then regarding to climate, so the climate is defined as the whole of the average atmospheric phenomena for a certain region calculated for a period of the 30 years. So the temperature, each and every horticultural crops having its optimum temperature requirement which is suitable for their growth. It has a range of the temperature to which it is tolerant and below or above which the plant of that variety are liable to be injured to more or less extent. The growth of banana is influenced by tea. It grows well with a mean 26.5 degrees Celsius. Then the temperature goes below mean the temperature owing to the reduced rate of the leaf production and delay the harvesting. Therefore, it is important for the grower not only to know the means T temperature of the region where the fruits can be grown, but also the approximate maximum temperature that the particular plant or a crop can be withstand at the different stages of the growth. Then atmospheric humidity. So the atmospheric humidity also influences the growth and development of the plant. Low humidity has the drying effect and enhances the water requirement, whereas the high humidity favors the fungal disease, tastelessness and the low cooking quality of the fruits and vegetables. Then high humidity and low humidity are suitable for the following crops like the high humidity favorable for the sapota, banana, mangosteen, jackfruit and the breadfruit, whereas the low humidity is suitable for the bear, grape, date palm, pomegranate, citrus, onla and the guava. The atmospheric humidity affects the juiciness of the fruits, which is observed in Ambia Bahar fruit of the mandarin. Then Mriga Bahar fruit, it is due to the humidity during the growing season of the both Bahar. Then rainfall. So the water requirement of the crop is depend on the soil and the evapotranspiration rate for a crop's production. Total rainfall is not important, but its distribution is important. But in Indian subcontinent, we have the rain mainly confined into the June to September. Therefore, the fruit culture in India had to be supported by this irrigation in the rest of the months. The excessive rains occurring in a short period are generally unfavorable to the fruits as it leads to the waterlogging and at the blooming time may wash away the pollens and thereby the inhibit the pollination. In a low rainfall region, the cultivation of the fruit crops is difficult if adequate and the cheap irrigation facilities are available. So it is also climatic factors influencing the plant growth. A situation is exposed to the wind cause the evaporation of the soil, then soil moisture and thereby necessary for the frequent irrigation. So the hot wind at the time of the blooming may cause the failure of the pollination due to the drying of the stigma fluid and the reduce the activity of the pollinating insect. In case of the desert valley, for avoidance of the high speed wind, windbreak and shelter belts are suggested. The wind direction and velocity have the significant influence on the crop growth, both mechanically as well as physiologically. So the mechanical effects on the flower, pollination, seed dispersal, tearing of the leaves, then lodging of the plants, then fruit drops and the uprooting of the plants. Then same like physiological effects like the transpiration increases plant desiccation, then reduces the plant height because of the reduction in the cell elongation. So these are the wind factors which affects the effects on the horticultural crops. Thank you.